I'm Naresh Khanna, the editor of Packaging South Asia based in New Delhi. And I'd like to tell you about some interesting packaging that's come into the Indian market. Most of the flexible packaging, especially in India, is meant for food products. Some would say more than half. And the issue is increasingly about sustainability and recyclable packaging. And while it's possible to create laminates like extruded biaxial, MDO, PE films for high value products, the challenge is how to do this for smaller packs which contain food products of less value. And these small packs sell for less than 6 cents each, okay? And they're hanging in a shop, and you sort of tear one apart, or the shopkeeper tears it for you, and you buy it. And this pack, how to make this sustainable, how to reduce the cost of the packaging and still have it be recyclable and maintain the barrier properties for the shelf life that it requires, sometimes hanging in the sun for long periods of time. So we believe this has been cracked to some extent from what we can see. I mean, we took apart one of these packs recently, and we could see that it seems to be a 2-layer pack, a bilam pack with possibly cast PPE aluminized layer inside, and PE or BOP layer on the outside, which has been reverse printed. And this gives it the barrier properties, the shelf life, the heat sealability, etc., to work on VFFS machines, which make it, possibly a breakthrough in sustainable packaging for products of these types.
Hi, I'm Anton Pretorius, editor at Packaging and Print Media magazine in South Africa. And today I want to share some exciting innovations in fresh produce packaging from Peninsula Packaging, or PenPack. So their latest breakthrough, it's not just about sustainability, they're actively redefining how we extend shelf life, reduce waste, and enhance product quality in export markets. So with the European Union's new packaging and packaging waste regulations, PPWR, exporters from South Africa are under pressure to meet stringent sustainability requirements while ensuring fresh produce maintains its quality over long transit times. So traditional materials like BOPP, PVC, and even cellulose struggle to balance cost, recyclability, and product protection. So Peninsula Packaging, a division of Master Plastics in South Africa, has tackled this challenge head-on with a fully recyclable polyethylene-based flow wrap called PenFlow. So unlike standard MDO films, which have a high scrap rate, their proprietary polymerization process optimizes nucleation to achieve superior mechanical and aesthetic properties with minimal waste. Their modified atmosphere packaging capabilities take this even further. So through in-house testing with respiration meters, lab incubators, and test fridges, they've fine-tuned oxygen and moisture control. So for example, their PenBio 1 antifungal bags and Keep It Fresh map liners have extended pair shelf life to over 100 days, preserving texture, flavor, and visual appeal. So for companies like Yukon International, which exports baby vegetables, microgreens, and exotic fruits to European markets, this innovation is a game changer. By stabilizing moisture levels rather than just focusing on oxygen barriers, PenPack helps reduce food waste and improve export viability via sea freight, significantly cutting carbon emissions compared to air freight. So even in notoriously difficult categories like avocados, the antifungal coatings have reduced weight loss from 5% to below 1% in 49 days. While blueberries treated with PenBio 1 retain firmness without the moisture loss seen in traditional SO2 sheets. So PenPack isn't just adapting to regulatory pressures. They're setting the standard for the future of flexible packaging. The combination of in-house film extrusion, map technology, and scientific data-driven design is helping exporters like Yukon International extend product shelf life, reduce costs, and enhance sustainability. So this kind of innovation that doesn't just tick compliance boxes, it reshapes industries. Thanks for watching.
Lisa Pierce here, Executive Editor of Packaging Digest in the US. Earlier this year, within the space of just a couple of weeks, 3 different battery companies announced packaging redesigns that eliminated plastic. The 3 companies are the top 2 big brands here in the United States, Duracell and Energizer, and the lesser-known Better Battery brand. For all 3, the idea is to have an all-paper package that's recyclable at curbside for most Americans and gain a marketing edge with eco-conscious consumers at the same time. What I really like about each of these changes is that they didn't limit the redesign to just a sustainability move by swapping materials. They also improved the merchandising and functional aspects of the packaging for the consumer battery market. So Energizer's new packaging rolled out this March at Walmart stores nationwide, as well as online, and additional North American retailers are going to follow later this year, 2025. The user-friendly design lets consumers easily peel open the battery pack and then use it to store unused batteries. Duracell's new paper packaging began rolling out earlier this year at Walmart locations nationwide as well. And although the batteries are no longer visible through the front of the package like they used to be in the plastic blister, the brand turned to a back window cutout for product viewing. And an easy open feature that is also reclosable makes it a handy storage container as well. Although Better Battery is not as big a name as Duracell and Energizer, it was first with an all-fiber play. In 2021, the Toronto, Canada-based brand debuted as a direct-to-consumer e-tailer selling bulk-packed corrugated boxes of batteries. Those kits, as they refer to them, often offered a comprehensive recycling program because customers are able to return used batteries responsibly and sustainably in that same box that they came in. Then Better Battery continued its commitment to plastic-free, 100% FSC certified paper packaging when it expanded into retail in 2023. That was just followed in 2024 with the introduction of what they're calling a single cell retail packaging that comes in 2, 4, 8, and 16 count packs, which expands the company's paperboard packaging options across its line. It'll be interesting to see if this all paper packaging trend for consumer batteries continues to other minor brands and even store brands. What can brands in other markets learn from these examples? When you're working on sustainability improvements, which a lot of brands are still doing these days, take the time to also enhance other aspects of the package, like its functionality and shelf appeal. In a competitive environment, and when is it not, that'll make a big difference with sales.
Hello, my name is Bo Valtig and I'm the editor of the magazine Pack News in Sweden. I've been writing about packaging for 35 years now, and the magazine Pack News is probably one of the oldest packaging magazines in the world, founded in 1934, of course not by me, but sometimes it feels like that. Up until today, I've been writing about packaging for 35 years, and I was going to say a few words about the paperization things that's going on in the world right now, and more specific about the paper bottle from the company Paboko, who was probably the first one to come up with an idea to produce a bottle made from fiber. It started in 2013, a long time ago, and the first prototypes was something like this. You can see a small ball here. And the thing was that they had come up with a technique to evaporate water from the fiber slurry very fast, which is crucial if you want to have some speed in the production. And they were very optimistic. They thought that in about a year we will have it on the market. And of course that didn't happen. It takes much longer, as we know, to come up with new products. And now we are in almost 10 years has passed, and it's time now, as it looks like, to come out to the market. The company Paboco has been is owned by a plastic company called Alpla, one of the big plastic packaging companies in the world, which is quite fun actually, since this is a paper bottle, but maybe it says something. What they have managed to do now is to find a solution for the barrier, which has been a problematic thing for many years. It's an HDPE barrier that works, it is very, very thin, very thin actually, and they apply it with a technique with electricity and humidity that makes the HDPE to glue to the surface on the inside. It's not supposed to be for food or for drinks or anything, because the barrier is not good enough for carbonated drinks and so on. But it will come onto the market today. They have built a new factory outside of Copenhagen and will produce 20 million bottles this year. And of course we have companies like Coca-Cola, Carlsberg, L'Oreal and other companies involved in this project. And at the same time we have seen some other projects coming up with paper bottles, and companies say we have solved the problems, but we have not seen so much of it out on the market. It's very easy to talk, it's more difficult to prove it actually. I think this is maybe the first successful release that we will see on the market. And at the same time, the bottle today looks like this. As you hear, it's very stable and so on. And it's quite fun because at the same time we have a Swedish company called Blue Ocean Closure, who is producing closures made from fiber, the dry forming technique. And they have managed to produce closures with very small thin tolerances that makes them perfect to be used together, for example, with a paper bottle like this, or with any other bottle. And they, of course, it is of course fully recyclable, no problem with that. And they say that these closures are stronger than the plastic ones. So that's interesting. Then, in a way, paper or plastic, I'm not sure what is the best. I'd say the right material on the right place must be what we are looking for. But today, unfortunately, I think many times we are looking for trying to produce everything that is made out of plastic today or from fibers instead. And I don't think that is the future. But new technique, new methods like this should of course be applauded, because it's always interesting to learn something new and to see what's coming to the market. So I hope you will see these bottles somewhere else in the world in the future, and thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Lindy Hewson. I'm the editor of PKN Packaging News in Australia and the president of IPPO. As you know, innovators around the world, collaborating with leading brand owners, have been chasing the vision of a truly viable paper bottle for some time, one that's functional, recyclable and scalable. And here in Australia, zip form packaging is making that vision a reality, with a world-first fiber bottle made from over 95% wood fiber and more than 50% recycled content, and using no plastic liner, which is potentially a game changer in the paper bottle design space. The bottle is crafted using a combination of linear fiber forming and molded fiber technology, creating a robust 3-part bottle. The bottle uses a microscopic aqueous barrier coating as thin as 2 to 4 GSM, providing moisture and oxygen resistance while maintaining recyclability. And here's the kicker, it is scalable, with projected production speeds of up to 300 bottles per minute on Zipform's linear forming line in Melbourne. It's designed for non-carbonated beverages, dairy, nutraceuticals, and dry goods. So this innovation aims to bring real circularity to packaging. It is made from fiber and it's built for recyclability. The zip form paper bottle could just be the breakthrough in this paper bottle space that the world has been waiting for.
I'm Corey Connors, the host of the Sustainable Packaging Podcast. And as a member of IPPO and the host of this podcast, I get to travel the world and find out about the latest and greatest in sustainable packaging. This material is called Packer. It's a 3M product, and it stands for Padded, Automated, Curbside, Recyclable. It's really important that we talk about how it's curbside recyclable, as I think in the future, most packaging will have to be either curbside recyclable or compostable, home compostable. Now, this material is incredible because it comes on a roll like this and it turns into envelopes of any shape or size that the customer needs. So they can ship right-sized packaging, which will save them on waste, it will save them money, it will save them on freight. It's an all-around great system for the future of packaging.
Hey, my name is Adam Peak. I'm the host of the People of Packaging podcast. I also help co-host Packaging Today's show. I'm the author of, check this out, this great kids book, Packaging Peaks and the Sticky Situation, which is available on Amazon. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about one of the coolest and most unknown things in packaging right now, which is an organization called Print Relief. And what Print Relief does is it takes something like this. I'm guessing Feastables is not on it, but it takes folding carton material, the paperboard, and lets companies look at the usage of their fiber and their paper. And then what Print Relief does is it offsets that amount of paper through printing and reforesting of wild natural habitats. Now, I don't have a company that I work for full-time other than myself, so I'm a full-time consultant and content creator. However, when I was at Myers Printing, they're up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, they are one of the only companies here in the US that I know of that is a partner with Print Relief. And I just want to highlight what they're doing because planting and reforesting of natural habitats is one of the greatest things that we can do to capture carbon from the atmosphere. When we plant trees that are used for reforesting of our own paperboard products, that's good. That's actually a supply chain decision, right? When we plant a tree and it grows up really fast and then we cut it down in order to turn it back into paperboard, we need to do that. This is take paperboard, replant wild forests that are going to last for however long they can. And I think that's a tremendous innovation in sustainable packaging. Would love to connect and learn more about what you're doing. So you can find me on LinkedIn at Adam Peak, P-E-E-K. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Erik Kruisbrink, packaging journalist and editor-in-chief of the Belgian publication Verpakking en Label magazine. In Belgium, 6 big retailers have teamed up in the Reusable Packaging Coalition. This collaboration will explore opportunities in the field of reusable packaging. It's driven by the upcoming European Packaging and Packaging Waste Regulation. This will ban single-use plastic packaging for fruits and vegetables less than 1.5 kilograms. As part of an initial pilot project, a reusable mushroom tray will be available in 6 stores in Mechelen, north of Brussels, in the beginning of 2026. The definite package has still to be developed, but will probably of PP and replaces this one. For the pilot test, 500 and 250 gram trays have been selected. These sizes could also work for other products. Each tray will receive a unique code for traceability and optimizing the logistics process. The pilot will also include a deposit system for reusable packs. Consumers therefore have to return the packs to the supermarket. After that, the trays will be washed before refilled again by the producers. Not all is clear yet, so to be continued.
I am Dominique Curet. I am freelance journalist in the packaging, food and drink here in Brussels. I work for Kill Decision since 20 years. As many of you know, the single-use plastic directive is quite a change on the packaging landscape here in Europe. It is quite significant in France, and the SUP has aligned with national policy, adding other measures in France, all that to reinforce the goal of the SUP and encourage business and consumer to shift towards reusable and environmental friendly solution. My example comes from Eleance Beauty. Eleance Beauty is a beauty division of Eleance Group, a family-owned French company based in Lyon, cosmetic and plastic valley. And Eleance Beauty has put a clear focus on the 3R and has no intention to renounce to plastic. Instead, they're working on reduction, recyclability, and refill solution. Here is the example. This is the Pure Roll-On. This is a deo based on a roller ball fixed to a removable part. The 4 pieces are done in PP. No, 3 pieces are done in PP. The cup, the cap, and the ball. And the insert here is done in PE, which is needed for the perfect sealability of the deo. It is fully washable, and last but not least, the deo can be made with the powder that is both separately and that you add water, you shake it, and there you are. You've got a very, very consumer-friendly product. It is made for the moment for indie brand. It's on the supermarket shelves in France since beginning of March, and it's quite popular with environmental friendly consumer. I've got to admit that my millennial daughters were fond of the product, and I had a hard time to keep the sample in my office.
Hello, my name is Aslıhan Arıkan. I am the consultant of the Turkish Packaging Manufacturers Association, ASD, and journalist of Ambalaj Dünyası, the Packaging World magazine in Turkey. I will talk about 3 exciting news regarding recycling technology, renewable material, and food waste recovery for packaging production in my country. First news is about university and industry collaboration. The Hittite University Engineering Faculty and ISA Machinery Company have announced a new recycling machinery research for blister packaging used in pharmaceutical and food industries, that the machine will separate PET layer from aluminum. The second news is about a high school student's project. TÜBİTAK Science High School student, Miss Berra Demir, has developed a renewable material by using green hazelnut shell, which is an agricultural waste, and algae from the sea. The material can be degradable both in water and soil. The project was rewarded in Teknofest in Turkey. Lastly, the Teka Carton Company announced that they have started to use waste coffee pulp instead of waste paper in their carton production and reduced cellulose cost 30%. The waste coffee pulp is collected from coffee shops. The company is manufacturing secondary packaging like egg vials. The study is carried with the Hierapolis University in Turkey. In conclusion, there are promising ideas for sustainable packaging industry. The cooperation with universities is essential. We should also give chance to the new generation and young ones for a different perspective for the sustainable future. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Hope to be there next year.
My name is Lilian Benzi. I'm from Brazil, and I have been a packaging journalist for over 30 years. Along my journey, I had the pleasure of becoming the first IPPO president from Latin America. I remain in this great association as an honorary member. It has also been a privilege to witness so many innovative packaging solutions from around the world. But today, I'd like to highlight a very special one from my own country, Brazil. Brazil is internationally recognized for the quality of its coffee. However, it is usually exported as green beans. To add value to this exceptional product and to create an iconic packaging, the Orfeu brand decided to pay tribute to Oscar Niemeyer, one of the most renowned architects not only in Brazil, but in the world. He was the visionary behind the stunning buildings of Brasilia, our capital, and many other spectacular constructions throughout the country. The folding carton packaging produced by Gonçalves Packaging, a multinational that is 100% Brazilian, reflects some of the iconic buildings Niemeyer designed during his lifetime. The product is the result of an exclusive micro lot of coffee grown at Fazenda Rainha in Brazil near the iconic Santa Clara Chapel, one of Niemeyer's final architectural works. In addition to celebrating the excellence of Brazilian specialty coffee, this limited edition comes in packaging that transcends the ordinary, drawing inspiration from Niemeyer's unique architecture language. I truly hope this packaging, the ones that you can see behind me, serves as inspiration and shows how art and packaging can come together to deliver a meaningful and memorable experience for consumers. Thank you very much for your attention.